Yeah, this is my first television, and doing this is a lot different than just being in your home walking around with a phone in your face. But I was very nervous about coming on here because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen. And you want everything to be perfect, so I made sure my hair was done, my nails was done, my eyelashes was done, my eyebrows was done. And what happens? I get a fever 2 nights ago and get the herpes. I haven't had a cold sore fever blister in probably 20 years. And of course, 2 days before, so y'all's good at photoshopping, I'm gonna assume. So y'all can make that look good. While you're at it, make my boobs a little bigger, waist a little smaller. Because everybody says that the camera adds a few pounds, so. Well, the cruise coming up, they contacted us to do a Winelda themed cruise. And I was all excited, it sounds all great until you think, what am I gonna wear? A bathing suit. Nobody wants to be in a bathing suit in front of thousands of people that come there to see you. Not unless, you know, you're part of the halftime show and you look like that, then that's okay. But no, because I've lost an excessive amount of weight, I look like a flying squirrel nude. So I will have to go with some kind of tankini and, you know, those balloony sheer pants that they wear now and a cover up. So I'm gonna look like, you know, my 70-year-old aunt out there with my drink and my big hat and sunglasses. I'm gonna be incognito on the ship. But when I do meet and greets, people act like they feel so awkward and so backward and starstruck, and I feel the same way. It makes me feel uncomfortable and awkward a little bit. Even being in the grocery store and somebody will come up and like start screaming or get excited, and then I clam up, I stop because I'm like, and I'm thinking, don't come across as being snotty. It's not that at all. I'm nervous too because I'm just thinking, it's just me. I mean, thank God I got a bra on. Did I brush my teeth today? I don't know. But, and then they're like, can we take a picture? And I'm like, hey, I got some coffee right here. Sure, take a picture. So it's very humbling though. When we done the first meet and greet at the Blue Sky, it was an hour before it was even supposed to start, and there was hundreds of people lined up around the winery waiting to see us. And it was everything in me not to get emotional because I was like, wow, I feel like I need to take everybody to lunch or give them some money or reimburse them just for their time to come and seeing us, because to me it's just everyday life. I'm just nothing special is how I feel. Well, when I was driving here, my whole body was shaking on the inside. I was so nervous. I called my sister. I was like, I'm seriously going to vomit. She's like, you got this one, Elda. You're fine. Just do it. So, and I missed the turn, so then I had to GPS it, even though I was like, I can see you, but I can't get to you. And I even thought, I'll just park at this gas station and walk there if I have to. I mean, if I can't find the road. But I pull in and I'm out there waiting. I'm nervous. I'm like praying. I'm like, just calm down. My nerves was so shook. And then I hear a scream and I'm like, oh, that's her. That's her. Because, you know, I creeped you prior to coming here. And she was excited and immediately I felt at ease. I was like, oh, she's one of us. Okay, she's good. She's good. So, and it was very welcome. He was very welcoming. I think relationships suck. I really do. Being married is a joke. Dating somebody is a joke. Having a family is a joke because nobody is going to like each other 24/7. And in today's society, we are so wrapped up in all these quotes that people share on social media, how you're going to find that one person, this knight in shining armor is going to sweep you away. No, he's not. You will love your husband maybe half of the year, or your wife or your spouse, your significant other. You won't even like your kids every day of the year, and that's okay. That's normal. These people that go around saying, my kids are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I'm over here like, not me. A nap would be the best thing ever happened to me. But I love him. I would die for him, and I feel the same way about my husband. I think he's great. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to have days that you can't stand them. Even with your parents and your siblings, I mean, you have moments to where you're just like, no, not today. I can't deal with you. But that doesn't make you a horrible person. It makes you normal, very normal at the end of the day. And some people don't want to admit that because, well, we can't all be perfect. My light ring is definitely my lash extensions. I'm obsessed with these things just because when I don't put makeup on, I still feel like I'm done up. But at the end of the day, what I can't live without is the feeling of being a wife and a mom. I like that normalcy. I tell Gary all the time, we'll give everything up. We'll get a single wide trailer and a box fan. I'll get you some Daisy Dukes. We'll get a pool, you know, an inflatable pool and just live our life.
Are you going to wear the chain around your neck then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it'll be appropriate then. But even when me and Gary travel and do stuff, I get excited because I'm like, yeah, mommy and daddy time, away from the kids, it's gonna be so fun. We're not away from the house an hour, and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I've left my kids, I've left my home. This don't feel normal to me. And before we get back home, I'm just like, I can't wait to see the kids. And I go in and I love them up and I eat them up and they're all in my lap and I'm taking pictures. I'm like, yeah. And an hour later, I'm like, get out of here. I got married very young, to my high school sweetheart. I had 2 kids. We were together 15 years, went through a divorce. And then I had a moment where I wasn't a good girl. And I did some things I shouldn't have done and I ended up pregnant. So I ended up in a relationship with their father, and I had 2 more kids. So at this point, I have Abby, Brianna, Maggie, and Maverick. And when I was single for the second time, one of my best friends in West Virginia was like, let me get you fixed up with this great guy. He's a hard worker, he's good looking, he has custody of his kids. No. And that was my exact words to her. I said, oh, no. I said, I have enough kids, one of which is autistic, and I can't even work a job outside of my home because of him. And she was like, oh, come on. She kept pushing him on me. He sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I was hesitant to accept it. And I thought he looked really short, too. And I thought, I don't like short guys. He ended up messaging me probably another month later and asked me out on a date. And I don't know why I don't know why I said yes. I really don't. I hadn't been out on any dates. I had talked to a few guys. And man, being in the dating world when you're older is whoa. I had talked to a few guys, and like they were just very strange to me. But Gary seemed normal. He was, Southern hometown boy. He was a coal miner. He was country, and I was like, okay. And instead of him picking me up at my house, he asked me to meet him at the funeral home parking lot. Which to this day, I'll never understand why, but that's what we did. We met at the funeral home parking lot and went on this date. I was not in the vehicle with him 20 minutes, and he's talking, he's telling stories, and he's just so country and so cute. And I thought, oh, I'm not ready for you because I want to marry you, and I don't want you right now because I'm not even divorced yet, but I'd been separated, living on my own. And I was like, I can't have you in my life right now because I'm not ready for you because I know you're going to be my husband. And then you got those kids, and I don't want no more kids. But we ended up not having a relationship because Gary couldn't handle Maverick, having a child with special needs. He said, I can't do it. This isn't for me. You know, he's a veteran. He has PTSD. He has really bad anxiety, and Maverick is very high functioning. So he said he couldn't do it, but he couldn't stay away either. We continued. Yeah, and then I ended up keeping his kids while he was working and doing other stuff. I even watched his kids while he went on a date.
What?
But we weren't seeing each other. We had made the choice. You know, he's like, you're not for me. And I was like, okay. So I was talking to but I was crazy about him. I kept thinking, the more he hangs around me, the more stuff that happens, he's going to fall for me and he ain't going to be able to leave. Well, then I got to the point where I was like, this is not healthy. You got to cut him off. He doesn't feel that way about you. You got to let him go. So I blocked him, blocked his number, blocked him on social media. And within 5 minutes, my friend is calling me because he's done called her. Oh. So, and then right around that time where we was transitioning into a couple, I had went to New York shopping. Took my daughter there for her 18th birthday, and we're up there shopping. We're on our way back home. We're on the bus, and my phone starts blowing up with all these messages. And I'm like, what is this? And I pull it up. It's my future husband in a mugshot.
Oh! In a mugshot.
Yes.
That's true love. I love it.
He had messaged me that night and said, I'm going to bed since you're coming home tomorrow so we can spend some time together. We're not a couple yet. And I was like, okay, so I'm giddy thinking, oh my gosh, he's wanting to see me again, whatever. And then he's in jail. So I'm friends with the prison guard, though, that works there. And she said he cried the entire night, saying, I hope Winelda don't find out about this. I really like that girl. And and if she finds out that I'm this type of person, because she's way better than me, she's from the right side of the tracks. He said, if she finds this out, she'll never forgive me. But I did, and then I married him.
I love that story.
Yeah, I mean, Gary has taught Maverick how to say, you suck. So when something doesn't go right, Maverick will go, you suck, you suck. But for the most part, Maverick doesn't talk, but he is the sweetest little boy ever. He has to be autistic, most autistic children don't make eye contact. They don't want to be touched. They don't want to be loved on. He is the total opposite. He will just come up and kiss you on the lips and look at you and make sure you're looking at him in the eyes and grin real big. And I'm like, I'm going to eat you. Come here. So Maverick's a special little boy. And every day I think, I can't do this. I'm getting too old for this. What's going to happen with him? What's his future going to be? What's my future going to be with him? But we just keep on keeping on. He is 6 years old. He's in kindergarten. Oh, laugh at the bad stuff. I mean, don't be upset. Your power's going to get turned off. Okay, well, you know what? Just make a joke out of it and get back on track and just keep moving. Because if you let something bother you and get you down, you will get into a place that's very hard to crawl out of. I've been there before, I know. But it just water off the duck's back. And that's not that easy to do, though, because people deal with death and, you know, and it is stressful. Money's stressful, bills are stressful, being a mom's stressful, being a wife's stressful. But if you can laugh about some things during the day, it makes it better.